Alright, let's practice some of the laws of exponents. So far we've seen several different laws. It can be hard to kind of keep them straight, so let's just look at them in practice. In this, if we're simplifying, the first thing I'd want to do here is, it looks like, kind of ignore the parentheses. The parentheses aren't doing anything because I'm looking at this as all being multiplication there, and all multiplication there. So that means I can just kind of get rid of them. And I can move things around however I'd like. So the 4 times negative 2 gives me a negative 8. X squared times x gives me x cubed. It's supposed to be a 3. And the y times y cubed is y to the 4th. If I have 2x times 2x times 2x, well, I could write that as 2x quantity to the 3rd, I suppose, but we haven't seen that rule yet. In any case, I'd rather do 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, x times x times x, which is x cubed. On this one, just like the one directly above it, the parentheses can be ignored because essentially everything is multiplication. It's there, 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 and there. So that means I'm going to just drop the parentheses. I'm just kind of ignoring them, pretending they're not there. And then I can move the numbers around however I'd like. So well, first off, 2 times 3 times 4 is, well, 6 times 4, which is 24. And ultimately we're taking a negative times a positive and a negative. There's 2 negatives here, so ultimately we get a positive number out of that. M times m squared times m cubed, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So we get 24m to the 6th. And this one looks like we need to distribute. So I'm going to take the 2x times the 3x, giving me 6x squared, 2x times negative 1, giving me negative 2x. On this one, I need to distribute my p squared through the parentheses. P squared times p is p cubed. P squared times 2p is... yeah, weird. Okay, 2p cubed. I could have combined like terms. My pause there was because I realized I could have combined like terms there. Or I can just combine like terms here, because p cubed and p cubed, those are like terms, so I end up with 3p cubed here, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Alright, on this one, I'll distribute my xy through the parentheses. Xy times x is x squared y. Xy times y is xy squared. These are not like terms, despite them having, looking somewhat similar, because this one is x times times y. This one's x times y times y. So they are different. Alright, on this one, it looks like we need to distribute through these parentheses. It looks like there's 3 different terms on the inside of the parentheses. And when I distribute, I'm going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, a times a squared, which is a cubed. And the b squared doesn't have anything to combine with, so that's my first term. Then I'm going to take this and distribute it over to here. We get negative 10 a squared b cubed. So the 2 times 5 is 10, a times a is a squared, b cubed times b, which is b cubed. Sorry, b squared times b, which is b cubed. 2 times 7 is 14. A times, well, there's nothing else for it to combine with. B squared times b squared is b to the 4th. Here's another one like that. Negative 4 times, or sorry, negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. X times x squared is x to the 3. And the y to the 3 doesn't have anything to combine with. Negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30. X times x is x squared. Y cubed times y is y to the 4th. And then for the third term, negative 5 times 4 is negative 40. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. There we go. X doesn't have anything to combine with, and y cubed times y squared is y to the 5th. 3 plus 2 is 5. Here it looks like we need to use our quotient rule. 6 minus 2 is 4, so we get x to the 4th. Here it looks like if we use the quotient rule, we end up with x to the negative, or y to the negative 5. So instead I need to take and rewrite it so that that's in the denominator to make it into a positive 5 there. Alright, on this one, negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. A squared divided by a is a, and b cubed divided, or b to the 4th divided by b is b cubed. Here we get 36 divided by negative 9, which is negative 4. X squared divided by x to the 4th. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. And y to the 5th divided by y to the 1st. 5 minus 1 is 4. We end up with y to the 4th. I do want to clean this part up, though, because I currently have a negative exponent. I don't want that. The negative 4y to the 4th will stay put, but this x to the negative 2 should be x to the positive 2 in the bottom part of the fraction. Alright, on this one, looks like I need to split it up as two separate fractions. Minus 8x squared over 2x squared. And then reduce each of these fractions individually. 6 over 2 is 3. X to the 4th over x squared is x squared. And this 8 over 2 is 4. X squared over x squared, they cancel each other out, so we're just left with 3x squared minus 4. When I say they cancel each other out, really it's a 1 that's left behind. This would be 3 times 1, but we wouldn't bother writing the 1 in there. That you could also think of this as x to the 0, but we've already seen x to the 0 is 1, and we're multiplying by 1 again there. Alright, let's do this one. 9y cubed over 3y plus 6y squared over 3y. Alright, reducing each of these, we get 3y squared and 2y.